Hi everyone, welcome back to Pancakes, where today we're going to be learning how to make our pancakes as well as to do our plating. So in front of us right now are all the ingredients that we're going to require to be making this platter, and I've put other fruit alternatives for those who probably don't have, like strawberries, can have a banana and replace that. I've just put that as options that you can use. Next up, I'm going to be putting 2 eggs into a small bowl. Then I'm going to be adding our vanilla essence. And we only need a teaspoon, and if you have measuring spoons, this is the best time to be using them for accurate measurements. Now I'm just going to be transferring those eggs into a large mixing bowl. Going in to add a cup, 1 1/3 of a cup of milk to the mixture. So I've gone in with a little bit of milk for first, and I'll be adding the rest. Now next up, in a separate bowl, we're gonna take our flour, and we only need 2 cups of flour. Make sure you've got a sieve, and the reason why we are sieving our flour is just to incorporate air into our mixture, as well as to take off any of those little residues that we don't want. Now we're going to sieve our flour. As we are doing that, we're incorporating air into the flour mixture. We're going to add in a 1/3 cup of sugar. And we are going to mix the 2 ingredients together, making sure the sugar is well incorporated into the flour. After that, we're going to make a well in the center of the mixture, and we are just going to add on the egg mixture, so in bits and pieces, little by little, pretty much. Just gonna mix that through. And then we're gonna add the rest of the egg mixture to the flour, and just make sure that we're incorporating everything together. We don't want to overdo this batter, but we just want to make it enough to just be able to be well incorporated. Now next up, I'm going to oil the pan that we're going to use for our pancakes. So I'm using olive oil spray, and you can use butter as an option. I just find the spray a bit easier to be using. Now I'm going to scoop out my first serve of the pancake batter to the pan. And if you want to know if your pancake is done, you just see the bubbles on the top. That's a cue to tell you that it's ready to be flipped over. My first one is not always perfect, so that's exactly what happened here, but it wasn't too bad. Soon after, we just want to transfer that to a plate. We get on doing the same thing until all the batter is finished. In a separate pan, I am going to put my cooking oil spray, and I'm going to add on some bacon. So this bacon was very fragile. I needed to actually unpack it with my hands. Then we're just going to be turning it as we go, just making sure that by the end of it, it's going to be well cooked. That's a bit better than the first pancake. I'm happy with that one. Now we continue focusing on our bacon as well. So I'm just using 1 spoon for both. You might decide to use separate spoons, but that was the easiest thing for me to do. So we're stacking up those pancakes and just covering it up with the foil paper just to keep them warm. Now the bacon is looking really good and browned up. And next up, we are going to be cooking our eggs. So I've just used the same pan that I used for the bacon for the eggs, just to make sure that I take in all those flavors from the bacon. You can choose to do otherwise, to have a clean pan and just do your eggs without the taste of the bacon. Adding on salt, adding on milk, and we just whisk it together and cook the eggs. Once the eggs are cooked, we are ready for our plating. So I've got blueberries that have already been washed. Just going to transfer them into a little bowl. So you can decorate your plate or your platter however you want. Next up is the raspberries, which are already washed as well. And then we're going to add our maple syrup to the platter. And already that looks really good. Now we're going to open our pancakes, which is still very warm. And we're just going to be stacking them as we go and laying them out however you want to do it, but this is how I do it. Alright, so I'm going to add bacon. You can use a fork, you can use your hands. It's up to you how you're going to do it, as long as you get that done. And adding on back the eggs onto the platter. And then I'm going to add the other pancakes for those who need more. Separate side plate. And I'm just going to take off all the extra equipment that I'm not needing. Now I'm just adding some strawberries that I've cut into halves. And I'm just going to be putting random blueberries everywhere and random raspberries everywhere. It's an option, you don't have to do that. Now we're just going to place our butter as well next to the plate, and then you've finished our plating for the platter. Now I'm going to show you another way of presenting the pancakes. So in a separate plate, I've stacked together some pancakes, and now I'm just putting through some sifted powdered sugar for that effect. Just going around the plate. The plate is white, so you can't currently see the other sides from this angle, but the plate is pretty much covered in powdered sugar. Next up, I'm going to put in the butter. I just want the butter to melt on top of the pancakes. So the pancakes were still warm and the butter had just started slowly melting through. And then we're just going to go in with some maple syrup. You can put some cream. You can put some ice cream. It's really an option and it's really up to you. Next up, I'm just going to go in with my hard strawberries around the pancakes. After that's done, I'm going to go back with the powdered sugar and then just sift it on top of everything once more. Now there you have it. That's what it's all looking like now. So this is for the single plate, stacked up with the batter as well on top, and that's for the platter with all the eggs and the other fruits on it. And this is just in a bit more detail, and you can add whatever you want. Really, it's really an option to you. And there you have it. The pancakes are all done, ready to be eaten. Moment of truth. Are they really cooked? Yes, they are, which is great. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and let me know whatever you want me to cook. Thank you. Bye.